Haven't tried new Parmesan stuffed crust? Sign in or sign
What deck am I using? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I know what deck I'm gonna use. I struggle mentally on different ways. I can let go and just look up in the sky to light my incense. Peace, love, love the wolf, y'all. What up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up? Peace, love, health, and well vibe. Try, like, and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 995. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm here on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center with our heart is the center for healer. Understand when you come here, this is spa day for the soul. Listen, chicken noodle soup for the spirit. Listen, and mani and petties for the ego. I gotta give a warning. Um, I hate to do it, but I got to. Listen, when you come here, understand that this is a hard hat area, and self-development is the construction site. So, what we need to know is the fact that we use tarot for self-help, right? We like to use the cards to help ourselves first and foremost, okay? So, before I get into the card of the day, I want to make a couple announcements, introduce myself, etc., etc., etc. This is a sandalwood candle. Candle, wow. Sandalwood incense. Alright, shout out to the sandalwood. Alright. Alright. So, this is the home of the free tarot reading. Only thing you got to do is follow the instructions pinned in the chat if you would like a free read. And we are going to kick off with a very quick collective reading. And the reason why is because I'm going to go ahead tomorrow and do a week ahead. Wait, am I doing a week ahead? Yeah, I think I'm doing a week ahead, not a month ahead. I think I'm gonna do the week ahead tomorrow. So, all right. So it looked like I'm zoomed out a lot. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. All right. So we're gonna, and then after that, we're gonna kick off with a donation-based reading, and then we can go ahead and follow up on that. So, if you guys got a question for tarot, make sure you go to step 2. All right, you can ask me anything for an intuitive read, but if you want a reading from tarot, then you got to go to step 2 in the pen chat, okay? So, the card of the day for um s- Sunday um Sunday, June 22nd is going to be the Sun card, okay? Ooh, that's a terrible. It's the Sun card, okay? It's the Sun card. So, first thing first, we got to make mention that the Sun card is a major arcana card. So, this is going to be major life changes, major dominant energy playing a role. Actually, let me light this incense again. But this is going to be dominant energy for weeks, months, and even years ahead. Okay, so a couple of the key terms associated here with the Sun card is success and happiness. But what's up, bright peace, love, hope. So success and happiness in earthly material world, as well as success in marriage, right? Not much, chilling, 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 chilling. And yesterday, I had a presentation ready for not the summer solstice. I'm sorry, I had a presentation ready for International Yoga Day, but I think it was divinely orchestrated that we do not do the presentation on that day. So we're going to have International Yoga Day Part 2 today. All right. Today is going to be the first full day of summer. Um, I wasn't called or led to that, but um, International Yoga Day Part 2 is definitely where I'm being called to go. All right. So, that's funny. Okay. So, in the first full day of summer, we have the Sun card as the card of the day. As we move forward from the Ace of Cups, we go towards the Sun card, okay? So, on this day, the sun rises not in the sky, but within us. Its rays cut through illusion, shadow, and doubt, illuminating our path with warmth, clarity, and truth. This is the universe's yes sign, all right? Um, so for anybody who's been waiting on a green light, if anybody been pondering something, questioning whether it's now the right time to go ahead and do so, all right, this is green light go. All right. So a cosmic green light is what we can call this card. A celebration of your most honest, unguarded form, right? So moving into the sun card energy, it's time for us to allow that openness from the heart that we've been working on. Now it's time for us to allow that to radiate out and permeate the ether, the atmosphere, right? People, places, and things. The sun card is not about surface level happiness, but it's about soul level liberation. All right. It's the inner child set free. It's the truth finally spoken. It's the light finally owned. Okay. Where we've been dimming our joy to fit in to those dim rooms, we are now being called to radiate, right, and to fill up the room. Remember, when you talking about energy, it ain't no time and space that can contain it. Okay, only thing that can shrink our light per se is us. All right. So, card in specific is the embodiment of purpose, of power, and of pleasure. The three P's: purpose, power, and pleasure. Where we have been afraid to shine too brightly, the sun says shine brighter. You understand what I'm saying? The sun is saying that it's time to shine brighter. All right. So you might be asking, oh, KP, right? The number one Scorpio in the land, the greatest tarot reader of all times. What do this card mean for me, right? In specific. Look, we got the whole crew in here. Okay, okay. Um, so number one, KP would tell you, Grasshopper, clarity is going to emerge. Something that you've been unsure about becomes unmistakably clear. Number two, Grasshopper, healing arrives, right? Through laughter, through love, through rest or realignment. Healing is here. That's the main, that's is healing is on the forefront right now. Okay. Number three, recognition. And it's not just from others, but from within you as well. Being able to recognize where your heart is pulling you. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said before, when we get that brain heart coherence, what do? We we send out a signal, right? We send out a radio wave. Literally, that's what it is, right? And only the things that's an energetic match to that radio wave is going to receive and bounce it back, whether it's even or amplified or whatever. But we're going to know when we receive back what we give out. Okay. Um, this is going to be an opportunity for you to actually see yourself more clearer than ever before. All right. So number four, your vitality return. Right after a long stretch of inner or outer heaviness, the light breaks through. Right. So the light is going to make you light. Be what up. All right. So we're going to use the light to make us light. All right. Um, remember, the sun is a reminder that joy is not a reward, right? It's a divine right. We born with joy, so we don't need permission to be joyful. Okay, we gotta operate in that highest frequency, no matter who may be watching, right? It says it's a saying that I heard that says, "What would you do if you didn't have anybody micromanaging you? What would you do? What would you do as an individual?" It is the sun baby from Teletubbies. I think so. I don't know. That's a keen observation. Um, what would you do if you didn't have no restrictions, right? If you had all the money, all the resources, all the time, right? If you didn't have no haters, no naysayers, no oppressors, no whatever, right? What would you do? How would you spend your time? What would be joyful to you? What would make you just be in awe, right? So the message that I feel like this card is leaving us is the whole point of shadow work is to be able to um step forward and witness life um not as a spectator but as a creator. The whole point of going in the dark is to be able to, of course, look at yourself subjectively versus objectively, but in the mix of that, um it gives you an opportunity to illuminate what you want to be illuminated. um And so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that at that. Hopefully that resonate with somebody. So before we get on up out of here, right? We got an affirmation. All right, and the affirmation is as such. It says, "I am radiant, whole, and unafraid to be seen. I rise with the sun and shine without apology." All right, so I will be posting that in the chat in about 12 seconds. Right? "I am radiant, whole, and unafraid to be seen. I rise with the sun and shine without apology." All right. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close down the general read, the collective read, and we will go ahead. So, we did have one person in line. I don't remember what the instructions is. I think it's type "I'm free" if you want to be added to the list. If you want, just type "I'm free" to be added to the list. So we did have a career. I was expecting someone to have a career question ready. Hopefully, they have one ready. "I am whole and unafraid to be seen. I rise with the sun and shine without apology." Okay. All right. Not a bad question at all. All right. Where them fans at? All right. So what's going on with everybody? I got you on the list, B. Um, I don't know. Did I miss anybody else? Did anybody else want to get on the list while we got a short intermission? You said you recorded a short. I recorded a new short, posted it to my channel's blown up 678 views, 15 likes. What is it on Instagram? Uh um Guided. You gotta wait. I don't want you to have to post your question over and over. So wait till your turn, okay? Before you post your question. Well, do you mind? I'm sorry. Do you mind waiting until your turn before you post. I just don't want you to have to repost it again, or we have to, try to find it. You posted it on both. That's what's up. That is what's up. Sorry, so we got it on the list, and we got B on the list. So you want to know what might you expect on your career path? Well, what some things you might experience? All right, let's see. All right. Okay. All right, so the first card we got here is going to be the Tower card, okay? So, again, like you already know, this is a major arcana card, and these major arcana cards are going to signify big life changes, always and forever. All right, so here we have the number 15. So 1 plus 5 equals 6. All right. So even though oftentimes this tower card represents um some sort of destruction, right? We can be rest assured that this destruction is going to clear the path for more healing. Okay. All right. So a couple of the key terms that's associated. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up my notes. Let me pull up. All right. So a couple of the key terms associated with the tower card is destruction. Come on now, you taking forever to load. Alright. So sudden change. Alright. So the notes is saying sudden change. Aries energy. Alright. Sudden change. Oh, it's already one open. It's already two of them open. I don't even know why they let me open three of them then. All right, so the first thing we got on your career path is going to be sudden change. All right, sudden change. All right, so the second thing we have is the Ten of Cups. See, these cards is, all right, yeah, all right. So the second card we have, I'm gonna have to turn on the light. I don't want to, I hate sitting in the light. Let me see if I can do something to change. All right, I think that's a little bit better. All right, so the 10 is one of the cards in tarot. The 10 of Wands is a card in tarot that oftentimes is kind of up for debate. And it really just depends on what perspective you looking at this card from. Of course, we already know 10 means that things are coming to an end, right? We're closing a chapter, we're moving forward, right? And the hidden here in the symbolism is it looks like a guy who's carrying a bunch of desires home, right? Because remember, each one of those wands represents a desire. You understand? So, um, the Ten of Wands, a couple of key terms associated with the Ten of Wands is imbalance, obligations, and burdens, right? Now, the thing is that these obligations or even these so-called burdens doesn't have to be. I know when we hear the word burden, we think of something negative, right? And to me, if we can change our perspective about these, how we look at these cards, then maybe it can bode well for us in the future. So what I like, how I look at this card is that just because I'm burdened with something, it doesn't change the fact that I'm going to um complete the task, or it doesn't mean that it's not necessary or something like that. Oftentimes when we are laced with a bunch of tasks that we don't necessarily prefer, then we look at those things as burdens. But a lot of burdensome things are necessary for survival. A lot of those things are necessary to get the job done, right? So just because we have obligations and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that it has to be a quote unquote negative thing. I like to just try to change my focus to saying that these things are burdensome to they're necessary, right? They're necessary, and if when you do that, hopefully it helps you, change your perspective on it. Now, um, so in this upright position, this card is basically saying that we are at the finish line, but it's just going to be this, whatever we going through right now is just going to be a little bit harder to push through. So with you being kind of like in the beginning stages, what I'm seeing for you is that so far we're going to be breaking some bad habits or whatever the case may be. And as we move this old, as we usher this energy out, it's going to be doable. It's definitely going to be manageable. But again, we're just going to have to persevere, right? That doesn't mean that other things in the future aren't going to be heavy, but at least this first phase of this first chapter is going to be something that's going to be a little bit heavy, right? So last but not least, we have the Six of Wands. So remember, the six represents peace and harmony, um, the restructuring of balance, um, after some sort of confluence, right? So I'm seeing, in short, what I'm seeing here for you is actually victory, growth, and public recognition for being able to yes, please follow the instructions pinned in the chat. I see you being able to receive, whether you patting yourself on the back or you receive public admiration, but I see you pushing through, right? Getting over that fear of failure, right? Getting over that fear of beginning, whatever the case is, right? And pushing through and being consistent, being unafraid, right? Whatever the burdens are for you that's holding you back or possibly held you back in the past, um, it's going to be victory and success through and through. All right. So if we can look at these cards a tad bit deeper, um, the tower signals a sudden or necessary upheaval. It's a job ending, a revelation, a harsh truth, or even ego death around what you thought your path should look like. Okay, so embrace this change, embrace this pivot right now. Okay, something foundational is cracking because it was limiting your growth. This isn't failure. This is a sacred demolition. All right. This is sacred demolition. Okay. So, what I would ask you with this card really quick is what are some things that's been in your wake, so to speak, whether internal, external, but we kind of want to focus on the internal right now. But what are some things, and you don't have to ask, I mean, you don't have to answer in public if you don't want, but it would help, you and others as well. But what things do you see that's going down in this sacred demolition, right? Oftentimes people have a fear of failing, or a fear of being criticized, or just to throw out a couple things, like So, what in specific for you do you feel like spiritual cleansing is going to happen? All right. So, doing this exercise, this will help you actually break the bonds that these chains may have had on you totally and completely. All right. There may be a little bit of discomfort, endings, shocking moments, um, and even feel like a free fall at times. And I think personally, I think that you getting out of that free fall, you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand that if there is any more turbulence moving forward, it's just divine intervention. So you just got to continue to let whatever fall away, fall away. Let it burn, let it blow away, whatever you got to do. And whatever remains is real. All right. So whenever you heal yourself, I always tell people be careful trying to hold on to things while you healing, because when you actually heal yourself, um you might not like and want the same things anymore. So I always say, once you heal yourself and you understand where the source is from whatever this lust that you have, once you heal and you understand that whatever you want or desire isn't rooted in unhealed whatever, then you got the green light to pursue it wholeheartedly. All right. So this card is not just about I'm sorry. So now let's move on to the 10, right? Releasing the burdens, avoiding the burnout, and um persevering through a perceived breaking point, right? So this card is saying that you've been carrying too much for too long. Expectations, responsibilities, maybe even a path that no longer fit you, but you held on to it out of duty, fear, or obligation. You may feel overworked, unappreciated, or like your energy is stretched thin. The Ten of Wands says you're at capacity, right? And that's okay. It's okay to say, I'm not okay. I want to repost that video because I got a video that I say, it's okay um, to not be okay. But what do you do next? What's next, right? Do you persevere or do you cower, right? It's okay not to be okay, but um, is that it? Is that the end of the story? You understand what I'm saying? So, this card is not just about hard work, but it's about carrying what's not even yours. Now it's time to release, delegate, or completely walk away from what no longer aligns with your truth. Truth is, you got responsibilities, you got wants and needs, and truth is, you gotta be able to put yourself first. You understand what I'm saying? And growth in every area is of the utmost importance. If you're, I don't care who's around you, if they not moving in the direction you moving in, then that's just nature weeding them people out. You understand what I'm saying? But you gotta continue to persevere. Not everybody is going to be able to persevere like you, right? Right now you course correcting, right? Right now you putting everything you got into all that you want, and you will receive what you want and need. All right. Move on to the 6 of Wands as we close this reading out. So this is the victory after the fire. All right, victory after the fire. So this is where everything turns. After the collapse and after the shedding, recognition comes, and you will rise. There is no question about it. Not as who you was before, but someone braver, clearer, and deeply respected for walking through the fire. This is public success, leadership, and a spotlight moment. You will be seen, and not in spite of your trials, but because of them. All right. This is your phoenix phase, reborn, refined, and ready. So, in summary, your career journey will take you through a major shedding, perhaps even course correction when it comes to how you make your money, but it's going to be a very dramatic pivot or the release of old ambition that no longer fits. So you might feel like you at the edge of burnout, or you might be feeling like you just carrying too much. Even if you don't necessarily want to give up, you still can feel like you carrying too much. So you got to understand that the pressure that you have on you is causing you to crystallize your true calling, right? Pressure make diamonds. You understand what I'm saying? So you're being crystallized into a precious gem, right? So you got to understand that you will emerge with clarity, power, and earn success, not given. You won't just reach your goals, but you'll be celebrated for how courageously you got there. What you got to do is invest, 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 right? What's the difference between the Six of Wands and the the Knight of Wands? It's time and experience. You understand what I'm saying? The potential of the Knight of Wands is there, right? So you just got to persevere through the beginning stages. Once you persevere through these beginning stages, then your ascension through the court cards, right, is going to be easier. But as long as you worried about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or whatever, if this is the right thing for me, or as long as you giving those things attention, then these burdens are going to be very, very heavy. All right. So do what you can to lighten that burden. All right. Do everything you can. And so here's an application that's associated with your reading. Um, and I'm gonna post it. And I want you to make this a part of your life. All right. So it says, "Thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate that." Let me do that again. All right. So it says, I rise through change and claim the recognition I have earned. I want you to start questioning everything that you say I gotta do. All right. That's like number one from the doc. That's doctor's orders right there. All right. You need to start questioning everything that you say you gotta do. All right. And if you still think you still gotta do it, then ask yourself why. Why do I gotta do this? Why am I not doing something that I want to do, or why am I not doing something that make me happy? Why am I a slave to this, right? Because if you got to do it, there's an obligation, right? If you say I got to do it, win, lose, or draw, that means that this ain't gonna get done without me, right? And I want you to ask yourself, did you create an environment? And a lot of people don't like this question, but did you create an environment that's codependent on you to succeed, right? A lot of people, I don't know if y'all seen WandaVision or not, but a lot of people create situations and circumstances that makes them needed. But then they question, why am I needed right here again? Well, you're obligated to this because somehow, some way, you made yourself obligated to it. All right. So let's question, what do I gotta do? All right. Let's start to question what I gotta do. I feel like it's some restructuring that can go on there. All right. So as we close down the reading, I want to go ahead and go back to the list. So Bishop was next, and then we had you. I don't know if anybody else. Oh, somebody else did come in and ask to get on the list. I don't know if Bright wanted a reading. I would hope Bright would like a reading. You here? Why not? You got all that money, why not donate, right? Who else was here? So we looking for Bishop. Bishop probably sleep. Probably cuddled up with him dreadlocks. Who was it? Nara? Uh-oh. No, we 41 minutes in. We got 60 views and only 6 likes. That is uh whew. Can we get some more likes, please? Can we double tap that screen, please? Can we get to 10 likes? It was 60 people that came and left. We only got see, look, and then people leave. As soon as I ask for likes, people leave. Come on now, y'all. What's up, man? Can I get a like, please? All right, so no more guided, no more you, no more bishop. So last call for alcohol then. Last call for alcohol. Because I can be meditating like a monk somewhere. You are welcome. You want to warm up some food? All right, how can I help you, sir? Do you got a question? And if so, did you go to step 2? Hey, don't be afraid to highlight this your reading and post it on your channel. I warm up the energy surrounding my twin flame connection at this moment. Alright. You know it's funny? I got these love oracle cards right here for you. I don't know why. I just start shuffling them out of nowhere. And then I realized that my tripod won't stand up. I'm just gonna have to order one, man. I mean, you spend $5 on something, you expect it to work at least a day. Golly. I swear the only thing good at Five Below is the candy and the chargers. That's it. If you ain't getting candy, a charger, or a screen protector, or a case, you really ain't getting too much up out of there for real. Yeah, boy. Five Below used to be the ish, I swear. All right. But I ain't even gonna lie, some of this stuff, they don't need to be selling that shit. That's old. Some of that stuff is like dollar store stuff, man, for real. I saw a couple books at Five Below though. I'm like, man, I gotta come back and get that. But they had a couple meditation books with a bunch of guided meditations. It was another book too. It wasn't a cookbook I was looking at. It was something. Shout out to streamelements.com. World premiere. All right. So releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. All right. So you or your person could be thinking about finding someone new. All right. Conflict, clashing differences, incompatibility. All right. So somebody's realizing that they are holding on for nothing. Incompatibility. So this incompatibility is causing exhaustion, depletion, drained energy, and long journey ahead. So even though that one or both people might be feeling like this is the end of the road, getting over this person isn't going to be an easy task. But somebody is thinking about moving on somewhere. Is it you? Is it you feeling that way? Is it you that's ready to go out to a disco, Bishop? Is it you that's questioning compatibility right now? I feel the releasing is of the following cards. What you gotta rephrase that one, buddy. I think I know what you're saying. Releasing is one of the following cards. Wait, no, wait, what? Like releasing a conflict. Where you been at? I've been had this for like 2 years. Oh yeah, you ain't know? Oh, I got three pieces too, and I got Davy. I got the Davy Yantra. I got her pendant in there too. I just don't have it on nothing. Yeah, I follow you, Bishop. I think I got you now. Let me double check and make sure. Releasing the conflict, exhaustion. I feel the releasing is of. Okay. All right, I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. We honor the divine feminine here. That's all I understand. That's all I understand. They be talking stuff about me, but my my Davy. Look, I rock Davy every day. Every single day I rock Davy. So I don't know what they be talking about. Can I see the tarot cards? I don't understand. But you want to see my tarot card for? You still there, Bishop? Or did you bounce? So So you were saying that the conflict is exhaustion, or what's the conflict that's being released? Is my question to you. What is being released? All right, you. So guided by universe, do you have a question? Did you pick out a question yet? Oh no, you did have a question. I just forgot it. What can you repost your question now, please? A shoe. What do you want? Like I don't understand what you asking. A shoe. You said you want to donate to see my cards? What do you want from me? 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 Hell no. All right, I guess nothing then. What do you want from me? So, I always want a snacky on, but I don't want to eat nothing sweet. I kind of want to. Now would be the perfect time for me to snack on that Van Hope, that sour deal pickle. Pause. No diddy. 'Cause I don't want no candy. What do you want from me? That sound good. Oh, I did take out some chicken, but nah, I'm not about to cook no chicken right now, man. I would say tuna. But tuna don't sound bad. I don't even know if we got bread. I got that kashi cereal in there. Oh no. A burger do sound good though. A real burger. You know what I wouldn't mind? A beef and pork meatloaf. I wouldn't mind a meatloaf right now. All right, universe. I almost went to sleep. I was asking you what was your question? I want it all. Brand new socks and drawers. What should I do to manifest my career? I gotta get. I need a phone, man. I really do need a phone. Somebody got a phone I can have? What should I do to manifest my career? The first thing I'm being told is you need to make a clear decision on what you want. You hear me? All right. So let's see what the cards got to say. So what is it that you want? Can you say it? Do you want to say it? Or you want to keep it private? It's okay if you keep it private. Well, what I want to know is, do you know exactly what you want? 100%. You know what you want 100%? But do you know? All right. So 100% without the shadow of a doubt. All right. So you got the Five of Pentacles, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and draw another card. Okay. Um. But first, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe. I'll pull you another card off top. Hmm. All right. So I went on here to pull you a couple more cards. All right. So the first card we got here is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Let me move this out the way. So the first card we got here is the Five of Pentacles. Uh oh. So So here you about to embark on a sacred climb. Your manifestation here isn't just about ambition, but it's about healing lack, building steadily, and claiming joyful stability. Okay, so the first card you got here is the Five of Pentacles, and this is calling for you to heal this scarcity story, right? It's calling for you to heal uh, the thoughts of lack. All right. So first and foremost, you must confront and release any subconscious beliefs tied to lack, unworthiness, and not enough. The Five of Pentacles shows fear around resources, support, or being left out of opportunities. All right. You may feel like you always on the outside looking in, but this is just merely perception that needs spiritual healing. All right. So, first thing first, in order to manifest your career, you must believe that you are worthy of success, safety, and that you are abundant. All right. Even if the outer world hasn't shown it yet. This card suggests that, with no pun intended, inner work, rewriting money beliefs, seeking mentorship and community, and asking for help without shame are all going to be essential parts of you making the leap forward. Okay, so so number two, you have the Knight of Pentacles. All right. So remember that the Knight is a representation of the fire element. All right. Um, and so the Knight is about forward movement and progress. All right. It's about forward movement and progress. So this is the card I like to call slow and steady wins the race. All right. And I love when we get pinnacle cards in a career reading and stuff like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. But because to me it just means it's a clear direct message. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding that slow, steady, and strategic action is of the utmost importance right now, because manifestation will not come through rushing and chasing. It will come through consistent grounded effort. The Knight of Pentacles is the planner, the builder, and the devoted worker. Okay, this is about setting a clear goal and showing up for it day by day. Right now you are being asked to develop a realistic and a structured plan. You are being asked to invest in building in skills and credentials. And you are being called to prioritize long term gain over quick fixes. Okay. Again, don't be afraid to reach out for help. All right. Um, so what we're seeing so far in the cards is the fact that you are capable of creating long lasting wealth and success, but you must be able to move at the rhythm of devotion and not desperation, right? And based on your culture, you know all about being a devotee, right? The being a devotee is something that a lot of being disciplined, right? Is something that a lot of people don't have. When you're able to focus on something outside of yourself, bigger than yourself. All right. So, lastly, here we have the Four of Wands. So, remember the number four represents stability. Think about four legs on the table. All right. And the Wands, again, is your desires. What do you want? Okay. What do you want? So, here, this is where the harvest comes into play, right? The Four of Wands shows success that is celebrated, possibly a career breakthrough, a job offer, a project launch, or a milestone that brings stability and joy. All right. So I want you to be slow and steady. I want you to be very methodical, but I don't want you to slow down and I don't want you to look back. I don't want you to look down, whatever, until you reach a certain level. All right. You got to get focused right now. All right. So, what this card is guiding you to do is to tap into the vision that you're building towards, because it's going to be real. It is real. And I want you to keep going, right? There is a moment coming where everything will come together and you will not walk through that finish line alone. All right. So if you worried about being alone, if you worried about the people, places, and things that you're going to leave behind, you need to let those things go, right? You got to fully shed your skin, people, places, and things. If you really want this new, what I'm saying here is that the reason why the reason why you're held back is because you're trying to take old puzzle pieces into a new puzzle, and it's not going to ever work. So until you make the decision to let go of those old pieces, whether it's pieces of you or pieces external of you that you hold on to, like friends, family, old like hangout spots, whatever you feel tied to, once you let those things go, then your path is going to take off. It's going to open up. But you can't create stability on things that you know isn't stable. You can't create stability on things that you know isn't a strong foundation, right? So you need to let go of that old foundation. All right. So so what I see here for you is being able to manifest your career. You again need to go ahead and heal anything that you worried about not having. Okay, anything that you worried about letting go of, or anything that you feel like you can't replace, or whatever, go ahead and let it go. Again, you got to move with devotion. All right. And your vision of joy has to be your anchor. Okay. Just like how your Davy or whoever you pray to could bring you joy, right? Now, what we do is we just like how you can close your eyes and picture your, Shiva or whoever, right? Now, I want you to be able to close your eyes and picture yourself being happy and successful. Right now, I want you to be devoted to that. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got to put your energy to it. Literally put your energy to it, right? Your path is one of sustainability and alignment, okay? Not chasing illusions, all right? So this means that you got to open up your heart. The same thing that I've been talking about. You got to open up your heart and see what really, really, really is calling you. Because like I said before, once you heal, certain things aren't going to be appealing to you anymore. And if you try to hold on to them, then it's going to slow you down, okay? We got to release those burdens, all right? Uh so if you honor the process, no matter how fast or slow it may be, you will arrive at a celebration worth that's worth everything that you've been through. So the I wrote this thing down the other day, right? Let me double check it. I think it was the day before yesterday. It says sometimes the fear of failure becomes bigger than the intention of success. Right? The fear, I kind of came up with that intuitively when I was reading for somebody. I don't remember who, but the fear of failure can't be bigger than what we set out on the journey for. Sorry, my eye itching. But it can't be bigger than what we set out on the journey for. You understand what I'm saying? The fear of failure, right? The fear of missing out, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It can't be bigger than what we bargaining for. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever it is that's holding you back, again, don't be afraid, right? You got people that's here that's willing to help you. You, it's people. Every single day you get online and you got people here. Now, what you got to do, and I hate to put people on the spot, right? Because some people get uncomfortable, but I'm not saying that you don't take this time serious or nothing like that, but this is the reason why I encourage y'all to ask questions, because I want y'all to really open up and to really, really, really start to dictate your own path, right? No more just it'll happen when it happen, or no more it'll happen in due time. No, if you want something, let's go out and get it. Let's go out and get it. Like, how much time have we wasted? We already know time is limited. We already know time is limited. So we gotta pursue it at all costs. We gotta pursue it. So, if you want the affirmation that's associated here with your reading, I can go ahead and post it right now. Um, but I will say this right now. This is going to be worth the price of admission in itself. This is a beautiful affirmation, and I think it's perfect for you, right? I release fear and build with faith. My work is sacred, my pace is perfect, and my success is inevitable. Whew. Somebody hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. There are 3 different ways to donate. Before you send, make sure you type donation in a little box. All right. 111. 11111. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. But I just want to reiterate this one more time. Take advantage of the resources that you have available, right? Um, take advantage of it. Um, Again, that's why I'm encouraging y'all to ask questions because I want to see success, but I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself because then it's gonna look like I'm just being a bully and I'm just pushing you. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a fine line because we know, right? We can't push ourselves as hard as we need to. We know we can't do that, right? Some people, they can't poke themselves with a needle, right? Some people can't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And so we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and generally we live within those bounds. So when you got a coach or a guide or a guru or something that's pushing you, take advantage of it. Because I know one thing about me, man. I I didn't have, when I was going through what I went through, I didn't have nobody to really show me what to do. It seemed like everybody was showing me what not to do. And I had to learn that. Like, okay, this is pulling me in the wrong direction. And I always say, I wish I had somebody like me. And it's not to say that I'm better than nobody, but it's one thing to learn something, but it's another thing to learn something from somebody who's been there and done it already. All right, so if you post that again, then I'm gonna have to go ahead and block you for the rest of the night, or not block you, but time you out because we have very specific instructions, and you are totally disregarding those instructions, and you can't say you don't see it because Nightbot is posting it every 5 minutes, and I got pinned instructions in the chat. So please, 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 please follow the instructions, okay? I want to thank you for stopping by. Please let the commercial play for at least 30 seconds. And if you're really feeling froggy, then once you click the link associated with that, click the link associated with that commercial. You don't have to buy anything. You don't got to sign up for nothing. But it boosts me in the algorithm when you guys interact with the commercials because why would they boost people in the algorithm who can't get their viewers to interact with commercials? You get what I'm saying? So if you can get people to interact with the commercials, then they'll boost you in the algorithm. So let's take advantage of that, right? Even if you can't donate to reciprocate the energy, right? Let the commercial play for 30 seconds. Hit the link, open up the web page. You know what I'm saying? We've been online for about 74 minutes. I see 313. So we will go ahead and put out the last call for alcohol. Right? Last call for alcohol. You're welcome. Alright. 88 views. I ain't even mad at that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide on up out of here while I can. So I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you all. Um, and if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it. Peace. Bye-bye.